right, guys, welcome to another edition of So You Want to Be an Entrepreneur, where we're interviewing real business owners about the ups and downs of being a business owner. On today's episode, we get a chance to interview the owner of a gourmet dog treat business.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Green, and I'm the co-owner of Bon Appetit Dog Treats in Monrovia, and we've been in business since October of 2016. I've been actually in retail management pretty much my whole life. Started off 15 working retail as like a box boy and moved my way up the trenches. Worked all kinds of retail, big box retail, small box retail, animal store retail. So when I became a general manager, I decided that that was just too much for me. I couldn't handle the hours anymore. I had found a new person in my life, and we had decided that we were going to do other things, and so we moved out of that. He was in retail management too. I couldn't do the 24/7 anymore. You know, it was just really daunting, but I learned a lot about business. Actually, she was coming up of a ripe young age, and she decided that she had a bucket list. All of a sudden, she has a bucket list that I didn't know anything about, and she has been in the animal industry herself also. She worked at an animal hospital as a vet tech. She did dog training, so she's a certified dog trainer. So she had a lot of experience, and this was actually one of the things that she wanted to do. She wanted to provide dogs with a healthy treat. Nothing too fancy, nothing too gourmet, but something that was doable, that was cost effective, and that if we could find the right area, that she knew that it would probably work. Nothing. No, we had neither one of us. Well, me being in retail management, I knew a little bit, but just the backside of that, you know. My mother, did not know anything about any of this. So she actually got started without me, to be honest. She went and did a lot of the stuff without anybody knowing. So yeah, she wanted to be a big surprise, and it was a big surprise. This is, I think, why it was so easy for her to get into it, is because unfortunately we had lost my dad a few years ago, and she was fortunate enough to be left handsomely without her knowing. You know, he took care of her, and that was the basis behind her funding. We didn't go and do business loans. We didn't have to go and get investors and find out how much it was going to cost for somebody to put in. She already had it cash down for everything, so that made it a lot easier. But when money's accessible like that, it also goes very quickly. I come in the morning, I go and I do my normal cleaning, just like I would if I was actually running a store, you know, a regular retail store. I come in, make sure everything's clean. Because we're selling food, I want to make sure that the cabinets are clean, that there's nothing, you know, snuck in somewhere, you know, surprisingly. I go and I start reading my emails, I start reading my voicemails or listening to my voicemails, get in on Facebook to see if there's any messages there. So I go through the whole message, you know, contact communication aspect first, and then by then it's probably lunchtime, you know, and then I go and I take a, you know, small break so I can clear the head, talk to the kids, you know, get in touch with the husband. But for the most part, I mean, when people come in, I go and I tell them everything, probably for the first time, if they've, you know, never been here before, about what we do and what our treats consist of. And it doesn't take very long for them to make a decision. There's not a lot of choices, but yeah, it doesn't require a lot to run the store. That's been the hardest so far, because I was eventually a stay-at-home mom. I have two babies, one's 6 and one's 3, or going to be 3, and I love staying at home. My husband was fortunate enough to find something that I was able to do that. So leaving them at all throughout the day, at first you're like, yes, no children, babies, and then you start missing them and start, when things start happening, because life happens, you know, what am I going to do if I don't have anybody to run the shop? What am I going to do if I need to go to this? What if, you know, because unfortunately my mother's doing all the baking. She's the only one who does the baking. So if we have cake orders, or if there's a special order, you know, for 24, you know, muffins at, you know, a particular time, she's the only one who does that. So she doesn't have a lot of time in the shop. So it's been It's been challenging. I get a lot of people who are upset because I had to close shop early that day, and they just happened to come in 20 minutes that I closed early, so it's been tough. It's been tough. Is getting the word of mouth with little to no advertising money. We are still working on a budget. Even though it was, funds that she had available, we're still trying to keep it on budget, and we don't have a lot of money for advertising. And it costs money to make money, and that's an old but true saying, so trying to get the community to realize that we're here. I get a lot of people who walk past my doors and, oh my God, I didn't even know you were here. And I walked past here 4 times last week. How did that happen? So getting the advertising, getting people to recognize us, to know us, to give us a word of mouth, to say, give us a shout out on whatever media they're on, that's been the hardest. Really well so far. We do the special order cakes, and we do get a lot of recognition for those. One cake in specific just was done last week. I went from getting maybe a few hundred people who liked and commented in a group, like just in total, to almost 1,200 people that liked and commented just on that one cake. So I did something right, somebody liked it, and then it just kept on going, and that's good, but I don't know how to find out where that happened. I'd like to see it still be a brick and mortar store, because people like to go somewhere and actually physically see stuff. Ordering stuff online, even though it's fast and convenient, buying food or treats like this that are specially made would be hard, I would imagine. But eventually, we are competing with other bakeries within a 15-mile radius, and one of them being Pasadena and the other one being in Pomona. And I scope them out. I go and, I watch what they do, and they're doing cake orders and they're sending out and stuff. So my goal, hopefully, if I can get cakes going, would be to do a local party promotion, all-in-one birthday party for dogs. Absolutely, just in anything, not just in business. Everybody's afraid of failing in general. And I'm a perfectionist to heart, and that's why I was such a good manager, because things happen for a reason, and things go into place, and there's just schedules and things you have to follow, and rules and regulations. I'm a follower of those kind of things. So when I go and I make a decision and I follow it all the way through and it doesn't work out, that's just devastating to me, because I failed. Not the idea. Not the execution of the idea. It was me. I take everything very personal. Success is being able to, I think, balance everything and still be happy. If you can balance the work schedule and the kids and the husband and the family, and PR and hobnobbing with the locals, and still have time to sit and drink a cup of coffee and say, hey, you know what? That's cool. Then that's success.
All right, guys, what a good episode. Hey, so what did we learn today? 1, beware of starting a business with little experience and accessible cash. That mixture could potentially be detrimental to your success in business. 2, starting a business in a field where you already have some expertise is normally a good idea. It cuts down the time you need to learn a new industry. And 3, when you're looking to hire staff, always look for people that you can trust to run your business. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget, like it, share it with a friend that wants to be an entrepreneur, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, if you want to be a successful entrepreneur, we have to get you from employee mindset to entrepreneur mindset. I'm Chris Muzan. I'll see you guys next week.